camera down there, and people are showing $50,000, $20,000, $80,000 at you to have a sewer line replaced. Heck, I'd give people money to shove a camera down their sewer.
Except, hold on. Unless, of course, you're only doing the camera work and you don't do repairs and you want to stay totally independent, there's nothing wrong with probing a sewer and charging a certain price for it and then calling someone else for repairs. Because when you have the guy doing it for free that does repairs, sometimes they don't tell you the truth about what they see, and you end up getting a second opinion anyway. But now,
no, that's good.
Let me re-examine this. You think that Rich had a good point?
Yeah, because it's a business practice I wouldn't do, but he is willing to modify the gun before you technically can take possession of it.
And he is willing to help you if your background check is inaccurate.
Right.
Okay. Listen. If you heard me from the beginning of this transaction, I took no stand on the transaction itself. None. In fact, I still hold out that he could be technically correct, that you own the gun first, then get the background check. I only thought he sounded like an ass. I shouldn't have said he was an ass, but he sounded like one. That's what I meant. And you know what? I felt bad after I heard he just had a baby, because I don't like making people I don't like making people feel bad, and I didn't mean he's an ass. I just meant he sounds like one. It just sounds like all a bunch of trouble for nothing. And sometimes in business, you suck it up. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show on 630 KHW. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's go back to some other comments, and then I'm going to go to new. I got to stop taking these calls, and then we got mortgage questions and all that. Ron, go ahead, sir. What's going on?
Yes, thank you, Tom. I just wanted to comment. I don't know how someone, a legal dealer, can sell a gun to a person who he does not know is legally able to own one. It seems to me that if you don't pass, then he's got your gun and your money. I don't understand that.
Well, Mike, CBI said that's not the way it should be, right? What did they say?
CBI said this is a business decision Rich has made on how to conduct his business.
Oh, okay, hold on. But it's not required, is
no.
what? And Rich saying it is required.
Yep.
Now,
he's the only one in the state saying that.
But how does the state reconcile the fact that? How does he reconcile the fact? The state. How do they reconcile the fact that it asks if you're the purchaser?
That I don't know. I know Rich has been in touch with CBI. Barbara is going through the Attorney General's office. But when we asked Rich, if they say you can refund this to her, will you? And he's sticking to his no refund policy.
So it
I don't think he has any
doesn't really
intention.
matter.
He's using the state as a scapegoat.
It doesn't really matter, in other words.
Nope.
What if the state says you don't have to sell the gun first?
I think he's still going to stick by trying to.
Okay, that's fine. No, I mean in the future, you think that's what he'll do? And yeah, I think I don't know. Oh, goodness.
Well, I guess his business model works now when people are in fear of Obama taking away the firearms. But when that goes away, will this business model hold up against?
Well, listen,
your ethical stores.
Let's see. Well, don't say your ethical
stores. Your different stores. I mean,
your
big box store.
Honest to God, Mike, I'm not playing a game here. I'm not trying to say he's unethical in any way, shape, or form. I told you what I think of him. I think he's stubborn, and I think he's not a good business model as far as customer service. Is my opinion. Okay, and he said he thought I was an ass because his good buddy got booted. But so what? Let's talk to now, Chris, who has a comment.
Quick question though: when you buy something and you see no refunds, no exchanges, would you?
I don't shop at places like that.
Right, but I mean, if I saw that at a gun store and then I didn't pass a background check, I wouldn't assume it applied to that. I would assume it applied to, I walk out with my gun, I can't just bring it back tomorrow.
But here's what I think. I will never do business with a company that has no refunds and no exchanges. Never. Not because it's wrong, just I won't do business with them, especially in this economy. If I can't have the comfort level of coming back, forget you. Forget you. If you have no refunds, no exchanges, you have no Tom. Welcome, Chris. What's going on?
Hey, I guess we can all agree that most people don't agree with his way of business practice.
Well, I don't know if they do or not. There might be people out there cheering, saying, yeah, Tom, he can do what he wants. I don't know how most people feel.
Well, let's talk about what you brought up. Let's talk about his attitude. you mentioning that he acts like an ass, and
sounds like one.
He is pretty verbally confrontive and that thing. But let's analyze it a little bit further. And if you know that the guy is an ex-police officer, you'll realize that it's very hard for ex-cops to take the cop out of their mentality. And a lot of ex-police officers have that problem with their families and in business after they get out of the force.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, I studied law in school, and I took a lot of classes of, describing what police officers' mentality goes through, sort of psychological aspects of law.
Yeah, and to a certain extent, I'm glad we have those personalities to be police officers.
Well, he is an ex-cop, and listen, for him to survive on the streets and do what he did for as long as he did, he needs to have an attitude.
Right.
He needs to think that he's right all the time.
That's right.
Or he'll never survive. So I'm not defending him, but I'm saying, he needs to learn or get some help how to get that cop out.
So what's the bottom line then? Get the cop out of your attitude?
Yeah, exactly. If his business practices are his. That's his choice. But, he may want to, look into some therapy about getting how to treat people.
He does sound angry, and the thing is, I think that's a personal thing, and I think that the way he was talking to that woman
was ridiculous.
It was. Now, I talk to people on the air in a rude way sometimes when I think they're ripping people off and when I think they're lying as well. But it's more theater of the mind. But I think that I have to admit this. Even in private, if I think someone's trying to take advantage of me or cheat me, I get nasty. If I think they're really nasty and trying to cheat me and lie to me, I get nasty. I'll never do that with a normal conversation, though. Never. Gosh, we got so many comments. Sean, welcome. What's going on, Sean?
Hey, just had a comment about the Gunsmoke issue. Basically, me and 9 of my friends are now not going to take the concealed weapons permit class there because of this situation. So I hope he made enough money off of not refunding this lady her money to make up for 9 or 10 total people not taking this class.
I really don't want to see him hurt. I just want to see. I don't know. I've always, one time I was at an event with Peter, and he was there because he's a friend of Peter's, and he came up and said, "Hi, I'm Rich," and I said, "Hey, Rich, remember that thing about that weapons class?" Because we had a disagreement on the air. I said he was stupid. I'm not some bonehead or something. I said it was a bonehead decision because he couldn't fill that class. No, excuse me. What it was is this guy paid for a concealed weapons class and changed his mind. Flat out just changed his mind. Now, Rich said you don't get your money back. The only way you get your money back, it's a money-back guarantee. The only way you get your money back is to come to the class and say you're not satisfied. And I said, but Rich, that doesn't make sense to me because if all I have to do is sit in the class and say I'm not satisfied and get my money back, then why not just get my money back now? Then you get a guy who may want to come to fill that chair who won't want their money back. You'll actually make more money that way. And he just didn't see it. Nope. He committed to the class. He either comes or I keep his money. What I says now, the guy is going to, no matter what you do at the class, he's going to want his money back. That was the conversation. Nope, he's got to come. And then after the class, if he wants his money back, he gets it back. And I said, but do you understand? Do you have trouble filling these classes? I asked him, and he says, nope. I said, then you're not losing anything by letting the guy have his money back. Nope, won't do it. And that's when I called him an idiot or something, or we had fun with it. I mean, I didn't mean, I didn't get real personal, but I said there's nothing illegal. I made it very clear, nothing illegal, nothing unethical. It's just stupid. I said it was stupid. And that's when Scott Watley ran up here and said, Rich is a good friend of mine, and I think you got him all wrong. And I said, Scott, what do you think of this? And Scott says, well, I don't agree. I think it's stupid too. And he didn't say he's stupid. He says, I think it's stupid. And we tried to reason with Rich off the air. He says, nope. Won't give it back. And so that kind of attitude to me, and I said, Rich, when I was at this public event with Peter, I said, Rich, man, that was a dumb thing. He says, no, I'm sorry, Tom. You don't really know me. And I said, it doesn't matter if I know you. You could be a great guy, but your reasoning is off on this one. It's off on it. And so look, Rich Wyatt and I will never agree on how to do business ever. That's fine. That's fine. Okay? That's fine. I mean, I can't say that I can't say that he's right and I'm wrong. I just think we just totally think differently. Totally. Did I take Ray already? Ray, are you there? Ray?
Yes.
Did I take you already?
Not yet.
Go ahead, sir.
Thanks for taking my call. I just had a question. If he sold her that gun and she did not pass a background check, now he has the gun and she's paid for it, why can she not sell it to an individual? Because
she is not allowed to. She has to, in order to sell it, you have to have possession of it. You have to, in other words, it would be a straw purchase. I agree with him on that. But he did say he could transfer it to another gun shop and they could sell it for her.
Okay.
But thanks for your question. I am out of time, right? I got to take a break. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Is Peter Boyles on? I got to take. Can he hold on? Let's let him hold on. I'll come right back to him. Peter always gets the microphone when he wants it. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooters. Let's go to Peter Boyles. Peter is on the line. Peter?
Tommy, I know we got limited time. Brother, I got an email about this story, and I talked to Richard about it. First of all, you and I know your audience knows, he doesn't issue concealed weapons permits. The state does.
Oh, right, absolutely.
All right. Number two, the lady needed to come back in and sign a paper. Tommy, she never showed back up again.
Peter, I told her that yesterday that she should let him help her through the process. But then it got bigger than that, Peter. It got bigger than it. It all had to do with the transaction part of it, and not really this case.
The both. I know you both and love you both. You're both hard-headed.
Hey, go ahead.
All right, you're both hard-headed. I know this story. Richard did not deny her permit. The state denied her permit.
Well, yeah, Peter, we know that, yes.
All she had to do was go back into Gunsmoke and sign a paper. Richard is waiting for her. She never came back. Then he gets blasted on the air with people saying, like, they're not going to go to his class.
No. But Peter, the whole thing, if you heard the whole thing, really, I was more than fair. I'm not taking a stand on this transaction. But what came out of it was something else, because he said the way it's done right in Colorado is you sell the gun to someone first. They have to own it in order to get a background check. And then if they fail the background check, then they can't take the gun, but they're in a precarious situation where they still own it. So then he said he would sell it for her and take a consignment fee. And CBI said that's all backwards, and Rich says no, it's not. So we're trying to get clarification.
Okay, but what I'm telling you is she never went back into Gunsmoke to sign the papers. So how would anybody know what was next?
She claims, and on that one issue, she claims she sent in to find out why she was rejected, and she found out. And you're right. She never went back to have him help her through the process. We said that yesterday, Peter.
How can somebody say, well, we're not going to go to the guy's class?
Well, because it went beyond that. I mean, if you heard him on the air with her, I mean, it was a pretty nasty exchange. And I think it went beyond that. And the point I was making is, even if he's technically correct, why not just credit the woman and let her be on her way? What is the big deal?
I'll tell you what, he'll do that if she goes back in and signs the paper.
No, if she signs the paper and gets turned down again, he said he will do that, I think.
Well, then, what's wrong with that? I mean, tell her to go back in the
we'll clarify it. Peter, we will clarify it. And Peter,
there.
I'm out of time right now. But Peter said he would meet her there, Mike. You tell her that, because she said she was afraid to go. She can trust Peter. Have them go together. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.